Hello, everybody. Thank you for waiting for us. Not technical difficulties so much as scheduling difficulties tonight, but Scott is on his way right now. He was kind enough to set up his camera before he left for an appointment, so he will be here, and that black box will suddenly show everyone's favorite blood hunter. So, other than that, thank you all for joining us. Sorry about the week off last week, but it happens. Life still exists outside the realms of D&D. So, here we are, yet again. Before we get started, we do have a few announcements to make. First and foremost, apparently it's my turn because Scott is not here, so I will tell you about our Patreon. Thank you, everyone. Please check out patreon.com/thosenatural1s. It is our favorite way to support us and support the stream. There's many levels to choose from $5 a month up to $250 a month. Give what you can and get in return awesome merchandise, shout-outs, access to our Discord channel, sneak peeks at upcoming things, weekly character sheets, other things, images of maps. There's lots of cool stuff on there. Quarterly merch, yearly merch, if you subscribe for more than a year. And at the lowest tier, it's $1 an episode. We do 5 episodes a month on most months. That's $1 an episode. You could feed starving children, or you could give the money to us. I think we all know which is the better choice. Porque no lo sos. That's okay. Sorry, that was backwards. Anyway, I'm sure you can do 2. Exactly. Feed children and feed us. Clearly, part of that, the Amuseur level and above, gets a weekly shout out. So thank you once again to our long-standing patrons of Les and Flora Marlat and Don Marlat. Come on, somebody else do the Amuseur level so we can add another name to that. We've been saying these same 3 names for so long. It's time to change it up. Somebody else. Come on. Anyway, if you are not supporting us on Patreon, which you should be, but if you're not, where else can they find us, Emery? Just Eastern. Oh, wait, hold on. They can't hear you. Hold on a second. They can't hear you. Give me a second. Yeah, my audio from Discord is not coming through, so try it now. There. Okay. Oh, let's try that again. Take 2. Cut. Roll it back.
From the top.
Thanks for the duck.
It felt appropriate.
So let me set you up again. So when they're not supporting us on Patreon, where else can they support us, Emery?
When you're not supporting us on Patreon, you can also, as always, support us by tuning in every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Daylight, just Eastern. Just tune in 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Or East or Near East?
Just East. You can tune in on YouTube, on Twitch, on Kick, on Trovo.
Not right now. Trovo's still broken.
Okay. So not Trovo right now, but soon. We hope. You can interact with us on Facebook. You can even interact with our very own Butch on Butch's blog on Tumblr. You can even
we can't hear you
interact
again,
with. Oh,
speaking of technical difficulties,
we're gonna iron all that out. While he's getting that fixed, you can also interact with us on X. If you can wade through the cesspit.
That's the hard part.
It really is. You can also interact with us on Threads, which is better X, Twitter, whatever Big Daddy Elon wants to call it this week.
Big Daddy Elon.
Yeah. Someone's got to say it other than him to make it slightly less cringe.
Hey, there we go. We got Perry again.
Hey! Yes, our very own Butch. Butch's blog. Go over to Tumblr.
Leave me comments. I will answer your questions.
Answer
Secret
all of
information.
them.
That may or may not be correct.
Keep your secrets.
What if, I mean, the wrong secrets. Some of them are real, but you won't know which.
We won't know. So yeah, X, Threads. You can watch our short form videos on YouTube through YouTube Shorts and on TikTok for as long as we've still got that. You can also listen to the audio-only podcast form wherever podcasts are sent out into the universe. Do remember to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell for notifications, and make sure when you hit the bell, you hit all and not personalize, so that way you never miss an episode. Sound off in the comments. Tell your friends. Any and all engagement helps us out a ton.
Indeed. Thank you, Emery. I think that is just about everything. Yeah. So, Sam, what happened last 2 weeks ago?
So, 2 weeks ago, the last session, as the group settled in for a rest, Arnon returned from his meditation in the wilderness to assume his watch. During his watch, a man in a porcelain mask glided past the entrance of the cave we were camped in and toward the edge of the forest, beckoning Arnon to follow. He did just that after waking Elric, and as they followed the figure that Elric couldn't see, the rocks slowly became more jagged as the color drained from the forests around them. As Arnon scouted the cave that the figure brought them to, a giant shadow monster patrolled what seemed to be an old temple. Retrieving Elric, the pair were able to sneak past the monster into the temple. As they got closer, Arnon was able to recognize it as an ancient temple to the Raven Queen. Beneath the altar, they followed a staircase that brought them to a room with evidence of a fight with animated armor like Strahd had used. After finding the elvish arm, finding an elvish arm near a broken chest in the room, Arnon used grim psychometry to learn that it was not only Rhett's arm, but she had severed her own arm to attach a mummified one that was housed in the chest. Leaving the cave, and after some failed navigation, they returned to camp. Elric explained that the mummified hand was from Vecna, and we were able to discern that the eye that Rain had gone after was another relic of Vecna. After a few more days of repairs, the Nerissa was seaworthy enough to get us back to Palmedon. Elric sent the general an update about our defeat of the Kraken. She replied that an attack from a black dragon was imminent on Rock Rialt. We ended the session after boarding the ship and setting sail.
Indeed. One last thing that I forgot to mention. I apologize. Cassandra is not here this week again. Unfortunately, she had a prior engagement. She should be back next week. So, that answers that question. Thank you, Sam. So, as you all set sail away from this island that has been your home or prison, whatever you want to call it, for the past few days, new information gathered from an unlikely place. The Nerissa unfurls its sails, catches the wind, and heads off as the island starts to shrink behind you. It's a fairly calm day. It's a fairly... hold on one second. There it is. fairly bright skies, few clouds here or there, but all in all, calm seas. What would you all like to do?
How long is our trip back to Palmedon?
Took you right around 3 days to get here. So you can imagine limping a little bit, considering the state of the ship. Rain not wanting to push it as hard as they pushed it to get here. Barring any issues, probably going to take you at least 4 to get back.
All right. Well, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, great. Butch would be in the kitchen, so if you have planned a light social drama center in the kitchen, I'm ready.
Fantastic. Anything else? Anyone else is attempting on this first day of sailing?
Well, we could always reach out to Captain Sid to inform him of the good news.
Would you like to inform Captain Sid of the good news?
I'm certainly reaching for my stone.
Oh, is that what they're calling it? I'm
That's the timing. The timing of that. Yes, I would like to use my sending stone to reach out to Captain Sid.
All right.
Mission was success. Killed Kraken. Ship battered. Returning to Palmedon. How goes your search? Will you return soon? Likely going to... What is Rockrialt the main
Yes.
fortification right now?
Well,
Rockrialt.
outside of Rockrialt, but yes.
Okay. Outside Rockrialt. New threat.
A moment or two passes before in your head you hear a response. Good to hear. Y'all made it safe. Still searching for Gaviota. The whole damn city seems to be gone. Will reach out again when I can.
Orpheus goes out to see if there's anybody on the deck and kind of pass along the news to the rest of the group.
Who would be on deck at this point?
Is Rain at the helm?
Yes,
Gwen's on deck.
I assumed as much.
Elric's also on deck. Only Elric is pacing.
Well, I will pass along the message to the three of you on deck. And then, having noticed that you're pacing, is something wrong, Elric? You seem out of sorts.
I seem out of sorts. We all just learned that on top of our troubles, having to deal with mind flayers that have overtaken our land, one of the most dangerous mages to have ever lived has their body parts just actively in play.
I mean, and you hear from Rain, who's standing behind the wheel. I mean, who's to say that she's not... This was kind of what we were sent out to do. Maybe she just succeeded in her mission. Maybe she's bringing this body part back to the general, back to Rockrialt as a weapon.
Considering what happened to you, that might be wishful thinking.
They just kind of
Seeing the
shrug
sincere
slightly.
concern on Elric's face, Orpheus is growing sincerely concerned now for Rhett and the fate of Rhett. He kind of reaches down to the bag of holding where the arm's stored.
I mean, maybe she was a little more stout of mind than I was. Maybe it didn't affect her the way it affected me.
She did cut off her arm, which does not fill me with confidence.
Well, when you put it that way, I guess that makes sense.
Elric,
Right.
is there anything you can do to track her? Can you use the arm, perhaps?
Track her. Wait. I can't, but two of us can. Gwen, both you and Butch are capable of scrying, aren't you?
Uh-huh. Tomorrow. But yes. Maybe. Probably. Yes, I can. I don't think I
That-
can today.
That's... Tomorrow we need to take a look. We need to know whether or not she replaced her arm of her own accord or if she was compelled.
How would, and forgive me just because I haven't leveraged it much, how would we determine that from scrying? Like seeing what she's doing now?
If she was compelled to put that arm on, there's probably other things she's being compelled to do. Her behavior would be out of the ordinary.
Tomorrow then.
Tomorrow.
I mean, Butch, maybe we can tag team it, just in case one of us is less than successful.
Butch
Butch
is
is
in the
below.
kitchen,
Nope, just kidding.
chopping broccoli.
Is Butch within 30 feet of me?
Roughly. She chop
It's
it,
like
she
you're
chop
so-
it, she chop it, she
You're
chop
so
it, she
used
chop
to
it.
talking to Butch that you just look to your left and it's like, Butch, you know that. Oh.
Aw, man. And so I'm just gonna think. I'm not gonna go down to the kitchen. I'm just going to think at Butch and say, you should prepare scry tonight. We're gonna see how Rhett's doing tomorrow. Unless you've already got it, and if you do, then you should come up on deck.
I can't remember if Butch remembers, but Butch is going to think back at you. I don't even know if you can read his mind.
I can't.
Yeah. He thinks that reply real good.
You can give it, I can't take it.
Emery, check your DM.
Gotcha. All right. Let me take a look at that.
Okay.
Here
I'll
at those
message you here in
natural
a minute.
ones. DM stands for Dungeon Master Notes. Dungeon Master Notes. DMs.
All right. Sorry. Did you have scry prepared? Yes, you. Perry.
Butch does not know.
Okay, cool.
And when Butch doesn't come on deck, I assume he doesn't have it. Good to know.
You'll come up when it's time to eat a meal.
All right. Sorry, I'm having issues with Foundry. We love you, Foundry.
I just uninstalled and reinstalled Foundry tonight, so I get it. No, not Foundry. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Discord.
Yeah, no.
Anyway.
It's like, you installed?
No. You're terrible.
Hey!
We love you, Foundry.
The brooding has completed.
The brooding.
Oh, excellent.
The brooding has returned.
Hi.
Are you done
God,
brooding,
I'll give you a
Arnon?
recap in the chat.
The
All
broods.
right. Luckily, you haven't
All right.
missed too much. We just more or less started. So, as you are having this conversation with Rain and Orpheus and Gwen, what else is happening? Butch is downstairs chopping broccoli.
Rain is fluent in Sylvan now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Were you looking for that for?
No,
or-
if they weren't, then I was gonna be like, gonna distract them with a little language lesson, but I couldn't remember if it was just conversational or if it was fluency at this point.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean, you guys were gone for 3 years, so she had plenty of time. They had plenty of time to study. Is it? That's...
After the discussion and a renewed concern for Rhett, Orpheus goes back to the front of the ship and resumes his brooding,
Fantastic. Arnon,
noticeably less relaxed.
Arnon, what are you doing during this? Are you on deck for this conversation that they're having about Rhett? You're muted.
Yeah. I was one of the ones that found it.
Okay.
I had the vision, so I would have been filling them in.
Indeed. Oh my God,
Did you
that's
talk about our
obnoxious.
Patreon?
Yes, I did.
Well, look what I got.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, it looks so good.
It's all
Look at that.
felty feeling.
Look at that blood splatter. Don't you want that, audience?
Isn't that amazing?
It's like a giant haunted postcard.
I also got my Arnon sticker.
Love it.
Very nice.
All right. So yeah, basically they're having a conversation, more or less about whether or not Rhett did this of her own volition, or because Rain brought up the point that it was their mission to go find these items. So it's possible that Rhett is just completing her mission.
Can I ask Rain something about that real quick, the mission?
Sure.
So, were you guys tasked to retrieve the item and explicitly told not to use it? Or were you given any guidelines?
I mean, they told us, or at least they told me, a vague location. There was some all-powerful items that could be used in conjunction to form some more or less weapon of mass destruction. They told us to go retrieve these items. They didn't necessarily say don't use it, but they also didn't say to use it. They just said go find them and bring them back.
So they didn't tell you to like claw your eye out and stick it in there.
No, I'm assuming that had something to do. I up until this revelation about Rhett and her arm, I was under the assumption that there was some sort of trap, some sort of arcane glyph or something put on that chest, and that was what caused me to kind of go all loopy there for a minute. Sounds like it might not have been the chest, it might have been the actual item itself now that y'all are talking. So
That's good to know. Our friend didn't go so nutty in her missing us that she tore her own arm off voluntarily.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't assume so, but I don't know. I don't know shit about these items.
You don't know shit about fuck.
I don't know shit about fuck. So,
Yeah, I got a notification as we were driving. Was that muted? No.
no,
Sorry.
it was not.
I thought I hit the button. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix this issue in Foundry as well while I'm
Oh,
doing
yeah, I should probably be in Foundry.
Oop.
It's a good choice to make.
All right, sorry.
Did it work?
No, it didn't. It said it failed.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I think I got to do it. I'm trying to do it right now. Oh, balls. Where's the freaking thing? I apologize. Continue your conversations, please, while I try and fix this.
Have we left the island yet?
You have, yes.
And we've got
we
about
are-
4
We're
days
on
of
the
sailing.
boat.
4 days.
Yar.
Just a 3-hour tour.
Well, that's gonna be stuck in my head now. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
5-day trip to the tune of 3-hour tour.
Oh
Quite
no. Yeah, I think one of the things you missed was Orpheus delivering a message to Captain Sid.
I got that in the type summary.
Yeah.
Did they, was there a lot of like underlying sexual tension?
Well, Orpheus certainly rubbed his stone, so
Nice.
I refrained from telling him I was in a throat.
Giggity.
Deep up in that throat.
Oh,
Hey, Captain,
no.
I got swallowed.
Oh. God,
Tentacles were
still-
involved. It was very strange.
Still reeling from you having been one of 4.
All right, so
It was a party.
I don't like thinking about that moment.
Party in the Kraken.
Yeah. Party
So
isn't
we-
what I would call that.
Are we stopping anywhere else on the way?
Nope, we're only having onions and potatoes, though I understand there'll be some broccoli. Maybe y'all should find some fish.
Okay.
I mean, it's possible we'll find a small island where we can buy supplies or something, but I doubt it very much.
But we weren't going to go check on those other 2 things before going to the Jarl. We're going back to the Jarl first.
I forgot what the other 2 things are.
So that's
Talking
why I
about
said
the eye?
the other 2 things. Because I know there was 2 of them.
Sorry.
Yeah, there was the eye, and then there was something else.
The general said that an attack from a black dragon was imminent on Rockreal, and then we talked about going after the eye and reporting to the Jarl.
Yeah, but It feels like those things would be really far.
Farther than the Jarl, I think.
Right.
All right.
And also the raccoon baby Bjorn and my mask.
Those,
I would love
those are
to get
important.
back.
Super important. Baby raccoon.
All right.
Oh, the baby raccoon is also not with us.
Yeah, the baby raccoon's still in Palmedon.
Yeah,
All right.
we got to get that.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to do it, Emery.
Yeah. Nope. You can do that at a point when it's appropriate.
Yeah, well, we can do that at break. I'm just going to have to do a couple things manually because it won't let me import this character that I wanted to. All right. So, moving right along. I apologize for that. All right. So, as you continue, was there any more conversations having? Sorry, I was only half paying attention because I was trying to fix Foundry.
I'd like to roll insight to see why the head chef is yelling at me.
All right. Go for it.
I got a dirty 20,
Okay.
so I'm pretty sure I'm holding the knife the wrong way.
Yeah. All right. So, for this first day of travel, somebody roll me a D1 hundo.
One hundo?
Yes.
I'll do it.
It's like a D1
Oh, I hate
Honda.
hearing that. I hate hearing that.
I can do it, but I make no guarantees. The dice,
the dice
will
are
tell
cast.
the story.
74.
Actually, it's Hootie's fault if this is bad. Not Elric's.
Rudy's only bad at seeing things.
Which is insane for an owl.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, they try.
as you all are continuing this conversation and the ship continues its voyage at probably about somewhere between 50 to 75% speed. Rain's saying that they don't want to push it too hard considering it's still pretty beat up. Everyone make me perception checks except for Butch who's down below. Anyone on deck, roll me perception check. Arden,
That's how I start off.
yeah, that's to pay you. That's paying you back for the 45 natural 20s you got last game session.
Oh no.
Those natural ones. When we were having that on-brand discussion
Yeah.
earlier.
So,
Our last session was 2 out of character for us.
Gwen and Elric specifically, about an hour or so into your ship and into your journey here, the sea itself is still fairly calm. There's typical rocking. You hear a little more creaking coming from the Narissa than you're used to due to the patchwork fixes that you all made. But it seems to be holding steady. As you crest over a few more waves, Elric at first, and then shortly afterwards, Gwen, off to the starboard bow slightly, you notice something probably a good 500 to 1,000 feet out, something small and dark floating in the water. Seems inanimate. That's all you can really tell. There's something floating in the water.
Is there
Do you
somebody
see
in the
that?
Is there somebody in the crow's nest? I'm pointing out in general.
The crow's nest doesn't really exist right now.
I just say, does someone have a very long, what is that called? You know, it's a magnifying glass, but it's long, and then you can see far distances. Come on, Rain, help me out here, babe.
Are
Like
you talking about a looking
spyglass?
That's it. Where is it?
There's one of my in my quarters, you know. Should be able to find it right on top of the desk.
Okay, can I go get it and try to look at the thing again?
All right. Yeah, you get it. You pull it out, go to the bow of the ship, pull it out. Go ahead and make another perception check at advantage because the use of the spyglass.
I was like, if it's bad now, it's like I'm looking in the wrong end of it.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Wow.
I am looking in the
it.
wrong end of it.
You
You
literally
might
called
be.
it.
It's hard to tell. There's not a lot of waves, but this item is pretty low, floating low in the water, and you do see a few white caps kind of splashing over it, and it's very difficult to make out from this distance.
So I still can't really tell what it is.
No, you cannot.
Well, there is something in the water.
There's something on the wing.
I heard it as soon as I started saying it. There is something out there about between 500 and 1,000 feet out there, it seems like, as I am such a good judge of water distance.
All right. Should we head towards it?
I can't tell what it is.
Sounds like a great plan.
I mean, I don't think it's a person, but like, do I know it's not a person? I don't know that, right?
You're not completely sure, but it didn't have the right shape to be a person. It seemed very flat.
It doesn't seem like a person, but maybe it's something else.
Well, either I can turn the boat towards it, or one of y'all can use some of that wibbly fucking magic y'all got and go out there and get it yourself. Whatever you want to do.
Wibbly fucking match.
Does it seem like it would be too big? Like, does it seem like it'd be really big once you get close to it?
You just have to get close to it to find out.
Perhaps let's just get a closer look.
I turn into a giant eagle and I fly over and
Okay.
I look at it.
Easy enough. Once you get close, because with the giant eagle you have better eyesight anyway. You fly up. You get to where you're within like 300-400 feet, and you notice that this is some sort of cloth or parchment of some sort, very waterlogged, kind of torn. Make me a general intelligence check.
As myself.
Or
right?
Intelligence or survival. Yes.
Oh, survival. Aha! 25.
You get a little bit closer and you notice markings on this parchment. Sections of it have been torn off. It is extremely waterlogged, but you notice very familiar markings, markings you've seen before on the Narissa, specifically in Rain's office. This is a navigational chart.
Can I gingerly scoop it up in my large talons, like being very conscious that I don't want to put my talon through it?
Sure. Make a giant eagle dexterity check.
Oh, God. I didn't actually turn it into one. Please hold. +3. God, I don't want to. Ha! 22.
22. Easy enough. You kind of flutter down and, like a freaking eagle catching a salmon, like put your back talon kind of dredging.
Majestic, I believe, is the word you're looking for.
Majestically.
I believe you mean majestic as fuck.
You put your back talon slowly, or kind of like grazing against the water as you come across this, and almost like in a ginger-like water bulldozer type maneuver, and kind of the chart itself starts kind of folding up into your talons before you gingerly wrap your front talons around it and pick it up.
So she does it as a red-headed eagle.
Yes.
Gingerly.
Gingerly.
And I bring it back to the Narissa carefully.
All right. So you bring it back to the Narissa. You lay it down on deck. Are you staying as an eagle, or are you transforming back?
I'll transform back.
Fair enough. All right. You poof back up. And Rain's like, oh, what do you get there? What'd you find?
I think a navigational chart.
Well, that's...
And that's all I know.
That is quite interesting. Hey, Ailman, come take the fucking wheel. Let me... And see this elven, younger, like, long blonde hair, white billowy shirt that's, like, half open, come up to take the wheel as Rain walks...
Take the wheel.
Rain walks over to you and starts inspecting. I'm like, well, shit, these have been out here for a while. Probably came off of one of those shipwrecks we saw on the island.
Does it, where is it pointing?
Roll me an investigation check. I'll give you advantage saying that Rain's helping you.
Oh, God. $19.
19. It's hard to say. You haven't really done a lot of maritime navigation in your past, but luckily you do have Rain there with you, who kind of like leans over next to you and starts pointing out like different lines that have been drawn on here in different points, and you can see very faint remnants, almost like a ghostly image of inks and markings that have been worn away off of, countless years in the salt water. It's kind of a miracle that these charts have even survived this long, but just like, the papers in the safes of the Titanic, somehow the salt water has almost preserved this parchment. And you're able to kind of see remnants of a plotted course on this chart itself. And with Rain's help, he's like, shit, I know these waters. And points out a couple small islands as islands that you passed within your first day sailing west from Palmedon. Like, well, this course is turn north past those islands, kind of traces the faint ghostly line up to, on the chart itself, it looks like just empty ocean, but there's the faint outline of a circle at these certain coordinates. And there's writing next to it, but the years of being in the water, that ink has been smudged beyond recognition, and it's impossible to read.
How far off course is that? And I point to the circle.
That would take us at least 2 days. 2 extra days.
Extra days?
Yeah. We'd have to get up to those islands. And at that point, we'd be, just a few hours outside of Palmedon. And we'd have to go, looks like probably, in our condition, probably about 2.5 days north.
So it would add days to our travel.
Yeah.
And it's not ideal for the Narissa to do extra travel, I assume?
I mean, probably not. And yeah, we'd be looking at least 2.5 days there and 2.5 days back. So we're looking at an additional like 5 days if you want to check that out.
Who's around right now? Who's on deck?
I think the same three. Arnis.
Arnis?
Arnon, Orpheus.
Oh my!
Sorry, I combined the broody boys.
He's a black liquor shelf.
We
He
do
is
not
Conticaria's
need
asshole,
to-
so...
We do not need to do the shipping on behalf of the fans. Let them do that.
And
Oh my
and
God.
Elric. And Elric.
By the way, if you would like to ship Arnis and the Broody Boys, feel free to send your lewd fan art to Emery at hitthebooksvids.com.
Extra points if you make a Brady Boys book cover, but it's like a romance novel between our two Broody boys.
I do not need any of that emailed to me. Don't dox me.
I think you need it all.
No, son of a
It's
bitch.
not any, it's all.
This is. If I ever get any of that, I'm gonna make you pay for it.
I'm not sure.
If you
go mad.
If you got
Only
that
proper
in
to
the
pay
email,
the
we
artist.
would all be so happy.
We would absolutely.
That somebody actually drew something and sent it to us.
I missed the comment.
You're not wrong.
You would look. You would say, "Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's awesome. We got fan art."
I don't know what the comment was for, but Dad commented, "I swear we tried to raise them right." I don't know when he commented that or what that is in reference to, but
A general comment.
yeah,
you know,
probably.
really
Blanket
applies
statement
to
for the
General
night.
comment.
I would also like to point out that they are addicted to the show. So
Yes.
we're doing something right.
Tried.
This just needs to be your mom's favorite D&D stream.
Yeah.
Like, that's the tagline.
Yeah, pretty much. That is our new tagline,
Hi, Mom.
effective now.
We need to like advertise in those moms in the know Facebook groups.
Yeah. Your mom's favorite D&D podcast. All right. So, yeah, they're
Now
like
that we've had our business meeting,
it'll probably be about
That's business brainstorming session.
it'll probably be about add an extra about 5 days on our journey if we wanted to check that out.
I'm gonna call for Elric and
If y'all want to
Arnon.
do it, we can do it, but I have faith that even with these janky repairs we can get there. It's not gonna be the most comfortable ride in the world, but
So I just look at the boys on deck and I say, so 5 extra days, mystery location. If you all are interested, that's what was floating out there. A map to someplace. 5 days off course, going there and coming back, but somebody thought it was important.
Somebody a long time ago.
Could be lost
Do
time.
we
could be
have-
a waste of time.
do we have any indication as to what would make that more worthwhile than getting back to
Arnon,
our people?
can you
Do the
use
thing.
your special thing and see what maybe brought
Do the
them
thing.
to do your special thing, not the
All right.
boils thing and not the brand thing, but the other special thing.
Can I do the Boyles thing on Orpheus just fine?
I mean, can you do it after you check out the map?
there goes the artist
For
again.
context, Orpheus is still brooding at the front of the ship, has no idea what this
He
conversation
feels
is.
a little bubble under his skin on his wrist.
Ugh,
Just a little one.
gnarly.
Just a tap, It's a tap on the shoulder.
Stop.
All right, hand it over.
How big is it?
I mean, it's a decent size chart. It's currently laying on the deck itself.
When
And
he says hand it over, I gesture to the thing on the ground.
Like,
I thought
I'm
I
afraid to
thought
touch
was-
it at this
I thought it
point,
was
so
just paper.
I mean, it's
a big paper.
waterlogged paper.
Yeah, it's
Remember the
damp
farts
to the
letter?
extreme.
I'm really afraid to touch this right now.
Is it papyrus?
Are you doing the thing?
Papyrus. It's a
Oh.
font.
Kneel and
All right, here we go.
use
Off the top of the dome.
psychometry.
I was not expecting this. This all came from a random roll table, so.
Yeah.
So you take a second. The rest of you see Arnon kneel down next to it and place his hands on the edge of this chart. As his eyes...
I'm on
Lay
deck
off the
now.
pipes.
As
I
his...
brought lunch up.
You brought lunch up? Okay. You brought
Yeah,
lunch
I put a
up?
pic in the player stream chat.
Fantastic.
It's gorgeous.
It's potatoes and onions. It looks delicious.
It's so good.
You walk up just in time to see Arnon kneeling over this kind of dripping, soaking wet, half-torn map, navigational chart. Placing two hands on either side of the base, you see his eyes open, and they're glazed over in that dark crimson. Arnon, your vision comes to you. You see yourself standing at the bow of a ship in immense waves. A flash, and you are at a small island quay, sandbar really would be the more appropriate word for it. Like what you see where they go at the end of the second Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's just that white sand that's barely over the sea level.
Is our campaign when we're on a boat, is it just Pirates of the Caribbean 7? In your
Yeah,
head?
pretty much.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
So you see this sandbar. Your vision flashes again, and you see it almost...
The Devil's Brood.
Yeah, you see it almost...
Pirates of the Caribbean
damn
7.
Damn it. You see your vision
real.
flashes again, and you see the tide coming in and almost engulfing this entire sandbar. Vision flashes again as the tide subsides. You see yourself walking, boots, looking down, boots on the sand, dipping in as they would on wet sand until one, and you hear a dunk as a couple more stomps, dunk, 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 to verify. A gloved hand emerges in front of you, wiping off sand from a metal hatch. Your vision flashes again, walking down a ladder, a metal rungs embedded into almost a stone kind of access hatch tunnel. You're now walking through...
Is there a Scottish guy down there?
It's not Penny's boat. Sorry. Walking through this stone, almost sewer-like tunnel with lanterns, magical lantern lights throughout. Continue to a room with racks, chains hanging, hooks dripping with ichor and blood and viscera and sinew.
So goo.
You walk
knew it.
up, you see this dragonborn hanging, hooks shoving through his shoulder blades as he dangles from two chains. The eyes look down as your gloved hand picks up one of his arms that hangs limply next to his body. You see missing scales that seem to have been pulled off, or ripped off. Your vision flashes again to walking down another hall, past doors, cells, barred windows. Just this hallway, probably hundreds, if not longer, feet dozens of doors on either side. You hear screams and moans and cries coming from those rooms. Your vision returns to you. You're on the Narissa.
Well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I had the old dream again. No.
What did you see this time?
It looked like some kind of torture, questioning, prison chamber, underground.
Oh boy.
Lovely decor. Drippings with goo.
He said the thing.
How dare you?
I said it in character, though.
That's right. Your character actually said it this time.
Yeah. With the S.
Drippings.
Okay, so yeah, it didn't look like a very nice place to be. Whoever is linked to this map was resuming questioning of a dragonborn that it looked like some. Is it flaying a dragonborn when you peel their scales off? Is that flaying? If it's maybe flaying, I would call it that.
Like at minimum, it's like fingernails, no?
Yeah, minimum.
That
God.
sounds awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just let the Jarl know about it, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a underground torture chamber here. Maybe the Jarl has something to do with it. He won't like that we know.
Oh, maybe. What do you think? He's your uncle, Rain? Is that some shit he's into?
Oh,
Underground?
is his name Bob? Is it Jarl Bob? is Bob her uncle?
Bob's your uncle?
It's
Is
Bill.
Bob a title?
Buffalo
Bill.
Bill.
Damn it.
No. I was like, who's
Throw it in the
Bob?
bin. Throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
So close.
Bob's
Throw that
your
joke in the
Um,
bin.
Fanny's your aunt.
As Rain stands there hearing all this, they're like, I mean, I haven't been around my family for the better part of a decade, but that sure as shit ain't anything we've done in the past. I mean,
Let's hope times haven't changed.
our people are warriors, that's for sure. We were conquerors, we were invaders before my uncle took over. If anything, my uncle has kind of changed things for the better and kind of instituted more of a diplomatic approach to foreign relations and less of a conquering mentality, I guess what you would say.
Not the type to have like a secret intelligence gathering arm.
I don't think so. I wouldn't assume.
Okay.
Well, let's just ferret that out maybe when we get back to Palmedon. I don't know that that's maybe it's old and we get there and there's nothing but bones. So I'm okay not going there. I regret everything I've done today.
Wait, where are we going? Asks Butch.
Butch, I found that thing, and I gesture again to the chart.
Uh-huh.
And I say, it's like 5 days off course from going to Palmedon, and Arnon did his magic, and apparently the person who owned the map also had a secret dungeon, torture dungeon, at potentially this location. So,
Oh my. Elric, it sounds like something we should cleanse with fire.
maybe.
If there's a
Later?
chance that the person that we saw in that vision is still alive,
Unless it's like a Guantanamo Bay situation, in which case the Jarl will hate us.
Is that like a mesh thing?
Oh, you don't know? I thought everyone was talking about it like all the time for like years.
No, I've never heard of Geronimo Bay.
Oh, yeah. It involves a big cliff, and you jump off and you scream it on the way down.
Mm.
Actually, someone shoves you off usually,
Is there
I think.
Well, yeah.
Like water down there?
Secret torture water.
Sometimes,
Secret torture water. It's a black dragon thing, I guess.
if they decided
Orpheus?
to drain the pool or not.
It was precisely at the moment that Elric says Orpheus's name, you hear Arnon as he comes fuming right at Arnon. The boils! Remove it now!
I don't know how you know it was me, but we'll give you that one. I'll remove it.
Hey, what's with the piece of paper?
Navigational chart leads to a secret torture dungeon. 5 days out of the way. I don't think we're going to check it out. Might be a Jarl thing. Probably isn't a Jarl thing, but we'll ferret it out when we get back to Palmedon.
What was in it?
Yeah.
Torture.
It's just
And
sort of
then
like
also more torture.
a map, too. And I just, we'll call it scrying on it. You know, I examined it with a little magic.
See, look
know,
at his
the
eyes.
boils
There's
were actually
still
a
the blood.
warm up, so sorry.
I mean, it feels like a Skyrim side quest at this point, so.
We don't have the mesh jargon. Like 2/3 of this group. What's a
Look,
Skyrim?
There's tons of dungeons. Half of them are underwater. Doesn't make much sense unless you can breathe like a turtle or hold your breath like a turtle.
I mean, we do have water breathing, but
Yeah,
to
that's true.
that point, we have more pressing matters at the moment. I was hoping for treasure or spoils or Vecna's arch nemesis's mummified pinky toe or something, and none of that happened. So, never
Rain,
mind.
would this place be en route back to Rockriel?
No. Wait. Yes?
It's 5 days. It's like 2.5 days off course there, 2.5 days back.
That was to.
That was en route to
The murder.
Palmedon. I'm talking about after we go to Palmedon.
I mean, we
Further
could.
out of the way.
It wouldn't be that far out of the way. We got to go west to go back to Rockrield anyway.
Underwater side quest.
So yeah, we could. I mean, we could potentially swing by if you want. It might take us a day or two out of the way, but I mean, talking a day or two on a 3-week journey. So
Yeah. I say we do it after Palmedon.
Wait, 3 weeks?
Wait.
how long did it
A
take us
week
to get here?
last time, like
3 days?
9. Yeah, like 7.
No,
8 days.
to Rockriel, back to Conticaria.
Oh, after the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it took like 3 weeks to get here.
All right. Cool.
I figure with all these divine interventions we've been having recently, guiding us to allies, maybe this is another ally that's being tortured in this place.
Maybe it's the torturer. Don't discount the torturer.
Either way, I'm not a big fan of torture, so, you know, maybe I'll get to smash somebody.
Just want to smash somebody.
I would just
I
assume.
want to smash somebody.
God damn it. I would just
wanna
as
feel the
soon
heat.
go to the island before we get to Palmedon.
With our limped up ship? What if we have to run?
Run, dun, dun, dun.
According to what you saw, that led to a hatch going into the ground, right?
I saw a hatch under the ground. I don't know what is guarding it.
Yeah, what if it's guarded by like sirens or merfolk or like mermaids that really like male elves?
We
You
just
need to be a tight
defeated.
spot. You might really upset your girlfriend.
We just defeated the Kraken. Are you telling me now that you are afraid of merfolk?
No, I'm worried about your honor if you accidentally get involved with a mermaid.
Why would I? It's not even. Oh my god.
It does happen. I mean,
It happens. I've read the stories.
What stories are you talking about?
The ones in which elves are highly susceptible to the effects of mermaids.
siren songs. You never heard of siren songs?
Gets in your
Yes,
head.
I've heard
Orpheus
of
leans
siren
over to
songs.
Butch. Is it
And
because
then-
their ears are bigger?
They have bigger ears and they have magic that will give the mermaids legs.
Yeah, I remember that spell. Every
Yeah.
little elf learns it.
Mm-hmm. Fishtail to legs. It's classic.
Mhm.
Surprised you don't know it. But that makes sense. You also don't know fly.
I forgot it. Every little elf learns it, but you know.
9 days.
Let
by
the
way.
record show that I am in favor of potentially rescuing someone before we go back to the mainland.
All right. The smartest elf in the room has persuaded me.
So we're gonna take a detour now. And not. Okay.
Rain
This is an
said
old
the boat
map.
could handle it.
We could vote.
Just
Maybe the Jarl knows something.
information. Just take the information. This is an old map.
How old?
There were.
Are we
It's
capable
preserved
of
by
carbon dating
solar.
the map?
Don't identify it. See if that tells you
yeah.
how old it is.
You've got that one.
I do have that one.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Watch, it'll be a cursed map. As soon as you put it in your bag, it turns all the other maps you own into that map. It'd be amazing.
That's a fantastic idea.
No, identified doesn't tell
Yeah.
me the age of an object.
No? Well, that's
Just
a pretty
tells
shitty
me-
spell.
It tells me what it is and whether or not it's magically affected.
It doesn't give you its interest or location.
Magically affected.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
I'm pretty sure that map's affected.
But is it effective?
After you touched it, surely.
Oh, now you're saying it's touched. I got it. You're just rude to maps. Okay, tell you what. How about I go do some magic of my own?
I'm gonna.
I can
I'm
do
gonna.
that.
My vote is no. But if we're
Butch, are
taking
you
votes,
going to consult the gods?
Why not?
What is
By all
Arnold's vote to no? What is he voting no on?
no to the torture island underground chamber. Dragonborn
Forever?
flaying.
Or right now?
Right now,
Oh.
if
Yeah,
it's a fortified place, we have to run away. We have a limping ass ship. That's my vote.
Orpheus also votes for Palmedon first.
So does Gwen.
I'm willing to hold my vote in abeyance for Butch to do his thing.
All right.
Basin.
First, I'm going to cast Ceremony. Which allows me to create holy water.
Takes 1 hour.
I believe that's the.
And
verbal
also just
component.
marry people?
Not at the same time. That would be
It's just-
crazy.
It's just curious. Wedding people's just a thing you can do.
Yeah, I can. I'm allowed. And it's not just a civil marriage.
I
It's like a
cast
super magical
Fuck,
one.
Marry, Kill.
Yeah.
like we
funeral
usually
right
land
is in
on
there
kill.
too.
All right, now I have
Kill
to
again!
I have to caution you. Sending Moonbow may not actually know the information. So I may receive the answer as being unclear.
But she's a god. Doesn't she know everything?
No, the gods are not omniscient. They are extremely knowledgeable, and they know far more than us mortals. However, they are not omniscient.
I've had a lot more time to read. So
All right, so what are the 3 questions you all would like to ask a goddess of knowledge? I think one of them is,
what's up with this map, yo?
no, oh my
No,
gosh.
not like that. Not like that.
Will
too
we
vague.
discover... What were you looking for? Someone who, a torturer?
We're looking for a dragonborn. That's. What did you say was happening, Arnon?
He's being, I don't know if I'm being like casually racist with the term, but flayed is the
Descaled.
too many scales. See, that sounds like a fish.
I mean, it is the act
Like-
of removing scales, is it not? Oh,
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah,
Maybe
the
that's
fi-
casually
I don't want to
racist, I'm sorry.
fetishize the dragon ball.
Oh, Jesus.
Fish aren't the
Oh,
only
sorry.
creatures with scales.
Rain, what's the name of your Jarl again?
Oh, that's a big fly.
Please say Bob. Please
Bob.
say
Jarl Robert.
Please say Jarl Robert.
Roberto.
Hold on 1 second here.
Jarlberto.
Oh my God,
Rain
that fly
casually
was-
pulls out the family anthology.
fly was so big I hit it and it didn't die.
Oh my god.
Now it's mad.
Was it biting?
Those are the best.
Where the fuck did
No,
it
they're
go?
not. I
Uh,
dislike those.
Ugly motherfucker.
Jarl Rosenblum.
Jarl Leaf Sea Strider.
I'm sorry. Leaf blower.
Leaf, like Leif. Sea Strider.
Sea. Like someone who walks on the water.
Yeah, yes, like
I
somebody
think
who
very
walks on
highly
the
of him.
water.
Excellent. All right, a third question. Anyone? Anyone?
What was the second question?
Will we discover someone that Jarl Leaf Sea Strider will enjoy having returned?
What was the first question?
Will we discover a Dragonborn?
Okay, I thought that was the same question.
Well, these are
Will
yes or
we
no
dis-
questions.
Will we discover someone in need of rescue?
We should probably ask, should we visit this island timely? Is there a time-sensitive component?
Regarding what?
To whatever or whoever's inside.
Can it hold? Can it stew?
Hmm.
Can it simmer?
I don't know. The map's pretty old, man. Watch as the turtle dismisses the human's comments.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yep, that's what happened. It's hard, man. It's hard. Okay. I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
Enjoy the full power of the moonlight during the day. Which means everything has to dim a bit for the moonlight to be visible, and the sparkling moonlight descends as the spell is cast. As I commune with Sunny Moonbow and ask these questions 3. If we travel to this island, will we discover someone the Jarl Leaf Sea Strider will enjoy having returned?
A moment passes before you get not so much a verbal answer, so much as a feeling. A feeling of a negative response, a no.
Okay. Oh, Sunny Moonbow, if we could sail to that island, will we discover someone in need of rescue?
Another moment passes, this time longer. No real emotional pull one way or the other. Seems like a non-response almost, as if the answer is unclear.
Oh, Mystic Seer, the discoveries we may have upon that island, would it be best for us to go now? I'd have to leave it at that because it's a yes or no question.
Another moment and another negative response. It doesn't seem like it's, at least Sehanine does not believe it is a time-sensitive matter.
Well, that's 3 negs. I think she's negging me. I think maybe she likes me. It's a no, no, no.
So, is that a we leave it be completely?
I think that means if you all are interested in heading there to treasure hunt, we could probably do that on the way back home.
I think, yeah, let's stop on the way back. That's I'll stick with that vote. It's a very old map. Either we find an abandoned place, or we find a still active place where they'll still be torturing people in a week.
Man, I kind of wish that Asta was full of undead.
Seems you have it on good authority, Butch.
Well, as good as my goddess may or may not know.
Right.
There was no real emotional, no real answer to will we discover someone in need of rescue. So that could be yes, it could be a no. Could be I don't know.
Maybe she's just not emotionally invested.
Could be.
You did get a no to it not being time sensitive, right? That wasn't
That's right.
vague.
That's right. And I got a negative response to the idea that it would be someone that Jarl Leaf Strider would enjoy having returned. So it may have nothing to do with the Jarl.
I mean, that's good at least that he's not he doesn't have a secret kill room. Well, I mean, maybe he does. He doesn't have this secret kill room.
Yeah.
Oh, or maybe he does, and that's why it's a negative response.
Mm-hmm.
He will not enjoy having that person.
That's a valid point.
Yeah,
Found
I
that person.
put that torture there on purpose. Why are you bringing them back?
We wanted to get rid of them.
Well, they're working. You took them off the clock.
All right.
Speaking of the clock, I should probably go. Actually, yeah, I gotta go clean up.
You have to clean up a clock?
No, the kitchen?
Oh, right.
I have duties.
And as you
There's a poop deck for that.
as you go to clean up the kitchen, we're going to go ahead and take our break. So give us about 10 minutes, and we will be right back. And we are back. So, as you guys continue, I believe you made the decision to continue back to Palmedon and kind of put the map on the back burner. Correct.
Sounds like the consensus.
So, is there anything else you wanted to do for the rest of this first day of travel?
Before resting, I will memorize scry,
Okay.
prepare scry.
Fantastic. Anything else from
I
you?
should probably do that too.
Easy enough.
I'm gonna spend time with Amisra.
Easy enough. Hey.
Oh, wow.
He called your girlfriend easy.
So,
Wait,
That's what I got out of that.
as the
this
night,
is why we can't have nice things.
That's what I got out of
all right, second day
Hey,
of travel.
don't object.
All right. All right.
Second day of travel.
Second day of travel. Before anything else, someone roll me a D100. Somebody.
I'll
Anybody.
do it.
It's like I did it last time. You don't want me to do it again.
5.
Maybe you do want me to do it again.
Sure, that's
I
not
vote Hootie.
105?
All right. As you guys wake up, start coming on deck.
Grab a brush, put on a little makeup.
You hear the deck bell start ding, 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 ding. As you approach the deck, Rain's already up there,
Hurriedly.
hurriedly. You look out and you see that in your path, as you all walk up and look, you get up there right as the ship starts entering just this huge, dense fog bank. You see nothing, really. Standing at the helm,
We can see nothing.
Really?
standing at the helm, you can barely make out the bow.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, I really don't. You can barely make out the bow of the ship standing at the helm. That's how, visibility, matter of feet, Everyone make a perception check, anyone who's on deck.
Can I cast a spell on Arnon first?
Sure.
Gosh, a spell on me.
That's right.
Witchy.
Because this is... Which is first thought. Where is it? Casting a spell on Arnon called... Does it not do... Yeah, Owl's Wisdom. giving him advantage on all wisdom checks.
All right. $23. Dirty. 23.
Orpheus with a 19. Gwen with a 12.
I'm looking at the deck.
Butch
Which
with
got a 14.
I'm showing Butch an interesting spot on the deck.
Ooh.
So, it's not really what you see. Because you can't see shit. But
We're trying.
Orpheus with a 19, Arnon with a 23, Elric with a 21. As you enter this fog bank and you continue through for a few moments, you kind of keep your ears open, paying attention deeply to the sounds that are around you. You hear the creaking of the ship and the lapping of the waves gently against the hull. Then it's more, not so much you all, so much as it is Butch and Gwen start hearing odd noises coming from the fog. Yes. Whispers. Things you can't quite make out.
Butch and I do?
You do.
Did you hear that,
What
Butch?
is that? I hear something.
Do you guys
Wait,
hear it?
If it's
Hear what?
sirens,
What are you talking about?
Like whispering from the fog?
Yeah, it's you and Butch whispering about the spot on the deck.
no, it sounds like
but-
ghosts whispering backwards in a
It wasn't
creepy,
us.
not nice way.
Make a wisdom saving throw, Butch and Gwen.
Cast the spell in the wrong person.
I got a nat 20 for a 29.
Jesus.
I hope that's high enough.
23.
Okay.
The fact that you said the number above 20 was so concerned.
Okay.
You've been scarred by this man.
Uh-huh.
Butch,
I'm so
Yes?
afraid.
You're gonna die.
you continue hearing the whispers, but you're as unnerving as they are, you don't notice anything really else to go along with it. There's no sounds of, other ships. There's nothing else other than these kind of disembodied, ethereal sounds. Gwen. It's musty, decaying aroma. Faint, but the smell of old laundry and fresh, not so fresh kill.
Old laundry.
Possibly corpses that have been
Mold.
left.
Mildew.
Yeah.
Don't do laundry at Nick's house.
You
You don't leave laundry at Nick's house.
suddenly those whispers start. Hey, thanks Fredzilla for re-upping your sub. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Suddenly those whispers start taking on a more melodic tone.
Am I feeling anything?
The whispers start into a melody. You start hearing voices singing a shanty. It reminds you of something.
What does it remind me of?
The last time you were on a boat in the mist and you heard disembodied voices singing on the sea.
Oh, this bitch.
Didn't this happen on the water plane?
Yeah. They're all back, though.
I think if I
Shit.
do I feel pretty confident it is the same thing that happened to us on the water plane?
It's reminiscent.
I just spin around to Butch and I say, I think the ghost bitch is back.
Oh, that's not good.
The who?
We fought this ghostly captain on the water plane and I'm hearing music. And it seems very similar.
Oh shit. Yeah, she damn near destroyed my fucking ship the first time. Oh,
Or
now
it just
it's
could be
gone.
sirens. I mean, you are an elf. No offense.
None taken.
None of
Well,
the
I've
rest
never-
of you hear anything.
Elric, do you hear it?
Hear what?
Singing.
Arnon, you hear it?
Nah, man.
I mean,
Are you cracked? Have we
Yes,
spent
but I'm
too much
also
time
still
on-
hearing it.
That's good crack, mate.
Gwen,
I
make
do
me a
appreciate
perception
you
check.
using turtle vernacular.
Perception check?
Uh, It's possible that
18?
extended time at sea might be getting to you.
Well, I could always try to clear some of this fog temporarily.
I
to
wouldn't
reassure
waste
you.
your slots.
Why are you always trying to blow shit? Orpheus?
Look, you know, a certain person came into my life that rewarded blowing up things. And so I just support that endeavor with oxygen.
Okay.
A lot of it.
Am I detecting anything?
We'll get to that in a second. Are you casting
Oh,
Gust or
cool.
are you?
Well, I put the opportunity out there. I'm waiting for a response. About things other than blowing.
Are you
Raising.
casting Gust or are you chicken shit? that's what that sounded like.
Nobody calls me chicken.
Let alone chicken shit.
It was presented more to Gwen because she seemed the most concerned.
We didn't try that above board. We didn't try that when we were in the water plane before, right? Like, she just showed up and then we fought her.
We didn't even have that spell.
Oop, valid. I mean, you could try. We didn't really have an opportunity to try it before, Orpheus.
Certainly.
Sure.
You know, maybe it gives us an advantage. It blows her cover, or it pisses her off, or she's not there. Wouldn't that be cool? Go ahead.
Surely it's someone else.
At least we'll have some reassurance if we
Who's Shirley?
gain any insight here.
Half sister.
Don't call me Shirley.
You missing the swamp today, Butch?
Every day I miss the
All
swamp.
these mushisms today.
I know. It's probably from all the water.
All right, I go to the front of the ship and I cast Gust of Wind.
As Orpheus releases this magical breeze, the fog seems to dissipate and move out of the way at the front. Your visibility stretches for, what is it, 20 feet, 50 feet? 15 feet?
I thought it's 60. Let me
60
bring it
feet.
back up.
Okay, 60 feet. Yep. See this empty for about 60 feet ahead of you. Nothing in the area. And as that lasts for a full minute, are you keeping it up for the full minute to continue blowing the...
Yeah, might as well.
God damn it, Perry.
He's gonna. And it! God!
Can you do it?
Raise and right comment comes back to bear.
Con save.
Oh, God.
Oh,
So, was
Keep blowing.
Was that a
Keep
yes?
blowing.
You are continuing for the full
amazing.
minute.
Oh my God.
I don't know, Gwen. It looks clear to me. What do you think?
Maybe just hold on for like a minute and let's just see, make sure.
Maybe
So
we
keep blowing for a minute.
should
Blow
we
harder.
blow like every side of the boat?
You did not
I don't
just
think
tell
you
him
can.
to
I
blow
don't think you
harder.
can move it.
Oh, I did.
No,
Can you
not
move it?
harder. Just move it around, you know?
We're asking him questions. I was like,
Hold on, hold on.
I don't think I can move it, but I'm checking.
I mean,
Yeah,
does the blowing come from the hands?
As a bonus action, every turn you can change the direction.
okay.
Nice.
Oh.
I'll go ahead and
Oh, sorry, it's down at the bottom. All right.
cast Alacrity on myself.
I guess I'll circle the boat with it.
So you circle the boat, and throughout that
Activate
minute,
my
as
sword.
as the boat continues to push forward, you circle the boat, pushing this fog away, not really revealing anything. As you continue, you do notice that the light from the sun starts getting brighter. As the fog seems to be burning away slightly, you notice your visibility getting farther and farther, the fog itself getting thinner and thinner. As you emerge from this, as the Narissa itself emerges from this fog bank, Gwen, as you're looking around, keeping your eyes peeled on your surroundings, right as you emerge from the fog bank, you notice like I said, the sunlight continues to get brighter. Your visibility gets a little farther every passing moment. You're looking forward towards more or less, I mean, you're traveling at a northeasterly pace, so the sunrise is slightly to starboard, but more or less straight ahead. And you're almost going at an angle close to driving directly into the sunset or sunrise. As it burns through this fog, Gwen, notice as the fog dissipates, you see an outline, a spot with almost a shadow inside the fog of a ship and tattered sails. looks like you're headed directly for it. But before you can say anything, before you can call for alarm, the nurse breaks through the fog barrier, and it's clear skies and clear sailing forward.
And the melody stops.
Yes.
I don't know if it was her or it was an apparition, but right before we broke through that, it looked like her ship.
Oh man.
Are you being haunted?
Yes, but I don't know if that's applicable right now.
I mean, we know the planes, like they're trying to crash the planes together.
Maybe we just
be-
got a glimpse of another one. Wait,
Or one we've been to before?
Arnon, didn't you say that when you went and you followed that guy, you went into like
Yeah.
a pocket of Shadowfell?
Yeah.
So maybe this was a pocket of the water plane.
No, probably not.
Nah, the other one.
Well, in any case,
Why not?
seems we're safe now, but I suppose it doesn't hurt to be on guard.
Well, I mean, we know that anybody that we killed could be back, so they're probably saying the same thing about us, but
You know, you
Yeah.
bring up a good point, Arnon. Has your sword tried to talk to you?
it's still in the bag, baby.
Can you really kill some bitch that's already a ghost?
I kill some bitch all the time.
I mean, if y'all remember, when y'all left, she fucking came back and we fought her again. If it wasn't for that damn dragon,
Yeah.
she would have destroyed my damn ship, and I would have been at the bottom of that fucking water plane, if there is a bottom.
Yeah.
I've heard that there's a hole in the bottom of the water plane.
A hole.
A hole.
In the
A
bottom
hole?
of the,
A
of
hole
the sea.
on the bottom of the sea.
Huh. Elric's going to try something a little stupid.
I'm shocked.
Fireball?
Yes, this is the episode where Elric turns on the party.
He said,
It's
Finally.
and is immediately dumped into the ocean.
You can certainly try.
You're not allowed to say that. That's illegal.
I've never heard, sound like anyway before.
No, we're not doing that today. The Well of Many Worlds.
Okay.
Just to actually finally use that to see how it works. Thinking of the whatever it is separating us from the other plane starting to weaken. Out of curiosity, Elric is going to pull out that cloth.
Ulrich, what are you doing?
Then Elric's going to unfurl it completely
Elric,
on the deck.
you're not about to put an interdimensional hole in our ship, are you?
That looks like
Yeah.
exactly what he's about to do.
Do I need to tackle him?
We are in the middle of the
Come
ocean.
into the hole.
No, I don't want the wizard in the hole.
There was
Sounds
a
like
wizard in the
lovely
bottom of the
breakfast
hole.
treat.
Yeah.
Now, if he were a grung, put the toad in the hole.
Mhm.
Now that's a delicious breakfast treat.
Yeah. So
All right,
good.
So you're
Okay, so I do that.
Mildly offended.
So are you placing it? I'm trying to remember the Well of Many Worlds. Do you have to place that on the ground, or do you put it on?
On a solid surface.
Okay. Hold on 1 second here. Let me look this. RSTW. Yeah, no, I missed a couple there. But
Which do you think we should stop him?
what the hell was?
I mean, I don't even know what he's doing.
Putting a hole in our ship.
Alric, what are you doing?
I forgot. That's an actual item. That's not.
Yeah, this is an actual item.
That wasn't from the third-party book. Use your action to
Yeah, we
unfold a
just-
place of well-known worlds on a solid surface, whereupon it creates a two-way portal to another world, plane of existence. Each time the item opens, the DM decides where it leads.
It's random.
All right. So, are you putting it vertically or horizontally? Are you like putting it on the deck, or are you going over to like the door into Rain's cabin and putting it up there?
All right, I unfurl it halfway and then think to myself, probably easier if it's standing up. And then I go over to Rain's cabin.
Alric, why are you doing this?
All right. Roll me a D100.
D100.
Random's more fun than me just picking
Is he-
someplace.
Really doing this without saying a word to us?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Oh, he gave us a dismissive wave of the hand.
Oh no.
We hear from the cabin.
Alric, how do we turn it off?
You just roll it back up again. It's that
hold
easy.
on.
Huh?
So,
I think you should make a wisdom savings throw.
Gone from
Which is
blow
a
to
check.
suck.
each time the item opens the portal, you can use an action to close an open portal by taking hold of the edges of the cloth and folding it. Okay.
I
Roll.
like to position myself so I can take an action to close it up if I need to. I'm ready in an action.
Roll me a D10. That's 3. Okay. So, here we go.
Welcome to
You-
the combat portion of tonight's adventure.
You fling this and you look at this black cloth as you more or less pin it up against the wall. And for a second, it just appears as the same black cloth before you notice almost your eyes playing a trick on you, almost like this weird optical illusion of as the cloth itself seems to gain depth. And it's almost like you're looking into one of those infinity mirrors for a second, and you just see these rings of the edge kind of telescoping in before a pinpoint of light appears in the center. As those rings start to compress and that pinpoint becomes larger and larger before it's taking up the entirety of the cloth itself. The first thing that hits you isn't the sight, it's the smell. You smell this putrid like decaying plant material. The smell that Butch and Gwen are very familiar with, of just the bog smell of just that decaying plant and stagnant water. But
Smells like Gwen's fingers.
but a million times worse.
So,
Quit smelling my hands.
A million
times?
Shots fired?
This
Having your hands around me. We smell them because they're there.
I just touch his face. I'm just up in his face, touching his face.
this is a million times worse than anything you experience in Mesh. This is actually something that you've only experienced this smell once. As you traveled along the River of Souls through the fetid marsh of mire, muck, and misery.
Oh god, was that level 3?
It was.
When you said roll a d10, I was like, it's hell. It's hell.
As you see this blackened swamp with these dead and decaying gnarled trees growing up through the festering bog water, you see creatures flying in the distance. As the shadows approach, you see this one clear strand of liquid cutting through. At first, it looks like just a regular river cutting through this swamp, and the water not mixing, before you notice the outlines of souls drifting in the river, cutting through the bogs. Close. Never mind.
Close?
And you grab the corner, and you're just like, nope, we're done. Roll me a d8.
A d8.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many fingers you lose in the...
Let's see. D8.
All right. Oh, you got an 8.
8 fingers. You lose 8
No,
fingers.
the portal cannot be used again for another 8 hours.
Oh, no.
Had to be sure.
You guys in the fucking hells, man.
Sure of what?
telling me.
If for some reason we get stranded crossing through any of these portals or dimensions again, we have this.
Yay?
I can't think of too many places that are worse than a level of hell.
I would reopen it in a few hours just to make sure it's random, but perhaps not here.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Stress, 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 stress. Oh, elves and humans. Elves and humans. Elves and humans.
Now that I've determined that as a planar contingency, I am going to cast contingency. Let's see. Contingency is like the spell is. Do I want to blink or blur?
Oh my god, blink. I
I'm
forgot.
gonna try blur.
Blur? Fantastic. What's the trigger?
The trigger is when
Avisa
I
being mad at
cast.
you.
Oh my god! When I cast mirror image.
Okay. Fantastic.
Neat.
All right, so is there anything else you all want to accomplish on this second day of travel?
I'm going to keep adding hours to my turning time for cooking.
Sure. Did either one of you want to actually scry since you both...
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that was something we wanted to do.
You should scry in
Yeah,
your dog.
that's true.
Oh, she got down. She heard me.
Don't wag your tail like you're not a jerk.
Scry on your dog.
You got a crystal ball.
You have a crystal ball?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? I mean,
No,
we
you
can
can use
both
it.
do it.
to? You can use it.
Okay.
You're gonna do 2 casters, 1 orb.
Oh my god.
I've seen that movie before. Anyways.
Wow. It's the one where they pass the orb back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I'm
makes
just
sense.
cracking up at Scott over here in his epic fly
Did you see
battle.
how big that fucker is?
No, I can't see him, but... All right,
Sorry, I'm looking at spells.
so who's doing what?
I think Gwen's doing amazing
I'm-
scrying magic with Butch's giant crystal ball.
Yeah, which it's been a while since I've done this. So, I literally have her body part.
Yes,
and I'm
you do.
familiar with her. So,
That is a negative 15 on her saving throw.
okay.
And it's
so,
a DC 17 wisdom save.
yes.
Let me check one thing
Is
real
it
quick.
possible for her not to have it?
Hold on one second. How does this work? One second. So, let's see what happens just for the fun of it. It's a wisdom save. Where is their saving throw? So that's a 0.
That's what she rolled? Or, that's,
Yeah, they rolled a 15 and they have a minus 15 because you have the body part and you're familiar with them. So,
Holy crap.
That's amazing.
as you stand there cradling the arm of your old compatriot and companion, your eyes go white. Your vision flies. It's almost like you're flying through the clouds before you come to rest in a field. You see 2 figures. Everything on your periphery blurred, almost like fish, or, you know, what do they call that when, you know, the center is on focus and everything else is blurred out on the edges. Bokeh or whatever it is.
You know, the thing.
Yeah. Standing there in this field, you see Rhett standing next to a significantly larger Elton. This point, Elton is almost the size of a large horse, like a Clydesdale almost. You see Rets walk up, reach out to stroke the side of Elton. As they raise their left hand, you notice the flesh tight and withered, with almost a greenish hue to it, down to only a few inches before the elbow. As they caress the side of Elton, they pull the bow off of their back with the other hand, switch it, and start walking into a cavern in front of them, with Elton following behind. They stop. Slowly start turning. And you swear for a split second they're looking directly at you before your vision returns.
Did I get... That's all I see, and I'm not actually sure if they're looking at me?
They turned and looked in the direction. You're not sure whether or not they were actually looking at you, but it was unsettling and made your breath catch in your throat as it looked like they were looking directly at you.
Oh, I didn't see much. Elton's huge now.
Oh.
And, it seemed like she was going into a cave with Elton and, looked at me, or almost felt like, she was looking in my direction. And she's definitely still got the hand. I don't know if you want to try Butch. I don't know if the hand tipped her off. I don't know how this works. Did I see a look on her face, by the way, when, like, at the last second?
Make an insight check. Oh, I was so close.
And the die just, like, flopped.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't roll. It just flopped to a 2.
It's hard to
What
tell.
was around the cave?
Do I know what was around the cave? Or was I very focused
Was it
on
like
her?
a swamp or mountains
It
or
was
forest?
kind of hard to tell with the way that the vision was presented to you. It was definitely a field of some sort, but it seemed like the periphery was all kind of blurred out, and your focus was on Rets. It would be practically impossible to come up with any kind of like geographical markers from that.
So you said that she was going into a cave.
That's what it seemed.
I'm trying to recall what Captain Rain said about the location of the other artifact. Was it in a cave?
It was like a temple in a jungle? Am I making that up?
No, it was a temple in a deep jungle. Yes, was
Okay.
the way
Okay.
it was what they said.
Just worried that might be the same location. Let's wait. Maybe wait an hour.
Sure. I mean, I can tell you right now, I got the ick from that. So, here.
That's not
and
good.
I hand, if it gave me the ick, I hand the crystal ball back.
Yeah, thank you. That's not a good sign. If gave you the ick. Blah.
I got a low bar. Or, I mean, I got a high bar, I guess.
I was gonna say your bar's so high for ick.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Your bar's so high.
You literally have to pole vault.
In this case, crystal ball. Yeah, let's do this again in an hour. How about we have lunch?
What time is it? After the fog.
Still
And
mid-morning.
then this. Okay.
Okay, so 1 hour later.
1 hour later, and Butch is going to attempt to scry.
One eternity later.
Sure.
1 hour later.
Also with the arm. Also with my knowledge of Rhett from our many, many, many months traveling together.
Also with another 15. That's another 0.
Yes.
Oh, I should have cast invisibility on myself first. Oh well.
You
Does
could-
I don't
that
think I can do
matter?
No, you can't concentrate on two things.
Oh boo.
Ooh, hiss.
So,
Boo hiss.
Butch's eyes go white. But you find yourself careening through the clouds before your vision is pulled forward again to a field, then to a cave. You hear the dripping of water down stone as you see Rhett, bow in hand, arrow knocked, drawn partially, knees bent, kind of sneaking through a tunnel. From behind her, you hear this, I can't do it, this deep guttural growl as you see this black shadow kind of creeping behind her. Your vision focuses on her for a minute as she continues to creep through this tunnel. Moss adorning the stones as the constant drip, drip, drip. After a second, she enters a chamber. You can't make out details, but go ahead and make me a perception check to see what you can make out in the distance.
$23.
Nice. The periphery is blurred, but you kind of strain your vision, focus as hard as you can. And as you do, you see her moving a large boulder out of the way as she enters into this chamber. You watch as she kind of moves around what appeared to be a statue, emerging from a tunnel behind it. As she looks up to the statue, you see, with your 23 perception, this statue is a resemblance of a cloaked figure, porcelain mask, hands folded. As she walks up to a dais, an altar, and you see a stone chest on the altar. She slings the bow across her back, pulls out one of the hatchets, raises it up, and slams it right onto the top of the stone chest as your vision returns.
What'd you see?
I tell them everything.
Do we need to look again?
I mean, if you've got another 6th level spell slot, or is that a 5th level? Oh yeah, it's a 5th level.
I mean, I think you had more success than I did if you want to look. I mean, I'm a little concerned now. I'll push through the ick, as I am wont to do.
The ick factor. I love that show.
You put the ick behind you.
Yeah, Nick, let's do it again. Let's see. It's probably too late. We're probably going to miss what she pulled out of the chest.
You quickly go back into your scry just because it's fun. Oh, that's a 4. That's a 7 for a -8. Oh, wait, no, your DC is 10. That's a negative. Oh, it's still a -8. Sorry. So, you push back in, and as your vision emerges back into this chamber, go ahead and make me another perception check.
Oh, man. $15.
15.
Dead average for me.
The sides, the periphery, still blurry, a little harder to pierce through this time. But you see, as your vision awakens, you see blood. Dripping. That cold, echoless, almost matty sound of blood dripping on stone. As you see that mummified, gnarled hand holding a yellowed, equally mummified eye before she reaches her hand up and places the eye in the open left socket. Cat-like slits, almost. Amber glow coming from that side of her face. As she releases a deep sigh. And then turns and stares directly at you, Butch.
I stare directly back.
A small grin. The corners of her mouth just slightly curling up. It's all right. I'm just fulfilling my mission. As your vision returns to you.
Okay. I tell the group what I saw, and then I'm going to cast another spell. Ba-ba-ba-bum-bum. Gosh, is that 2nd level or 3rd level? There it is. Can I cast Sending to Rep?
Okay. All right.
Hi, Rhett. This is Butch. I miss you. I hope you're doing okay. Best of luck. I miss you. That's it.
A few moments go by before you hear back. Hey, Butch. Doing good. Just completed my mission the general sent me on. I think this war is going to be over real soon.
I tell you all what she said, and I'd like to roll insight. Nick?
Go for it.
You are suddenly very sad.
Try to get it. I know it's probably not that great through the sending, but I still got a 20.
So insightful.
Sad, which is sad.
You believe her.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, try to insight the bard. No, it will fail.
Mm-hmm.
The silver-tongued bard.
Yeah, right?
Did I use my silver tongue
wait.
to lick Butch through the scry?
So, I'm sorry, with a silver tongue, that's actually a 27.
That's fine.
Yeah, she extra
can
beat you.
Made you harder. I made you harder.
Oh,
So she is, as far as I can tell, honestly overconfident or extremely confident. Hey, Elric. Didn't you say these magic items are cursed?
I'm with Amiso right now.
Ah, son of a gun. I go knock on your door.
Knock, 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 knock.
I go knock on your door. I've been waiting
You know
for
this
you.
knock. You know this knock real well.
Oh,
I believe that's now called Turtle Blocked.
I shout through the door. Elric. She got the eye, Elric.
Okay, I run to the door. What do you mean she has the eye?
Gwen scried, I scried again. We saw Rhett. Rhett got the eye. I watched her put it in. She looked at me. She could see me. She saw me. She also saw Gwen. She saw Gwen. She sees us. She saw Gwen before she had the eye in her skull. Now she's got her eye in the skull. How cursed are these items? Because you said they were cursed, but how cursed? Like, is she going to get possessed when she has both the eye and the hand? Is she just going to become like powerful, but there are no other repercussions? Or is she just going to become like super duper confident? And that's a problem. Like, her, I mean,
DM, what would be the appropriate role for trying to discern whether or not we're saved or screwed?
Go ahead and roll Arcana.
what?
If they're screwed.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll Arcana for me.
We know we're screwed. The question is, to what degree?
It's a matter of degree.
Can I cast skill empowerment on myself first?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna go with skill empowerment.
I'm just going to cast Meld into Stone and just stay there for 100 years.
Take me with you.
Don't druids have that spell too?
Yeah. I'm just saying, let's cozy up into the same hunk of stone. You know,
Yeah.
it's like going, getting a pint, and waiting for the saw to blow over. Let's meld into the stone and wait for the saw to blow over.
And play our characters in the next campaign.
We come out of the stone, the world has ended.
Yeah. The world is just a terrible, terrible mess.
Well, guys, it looks like it's Honey Heist for the next several months.
Oh no.
Okay. That's an 18.
Okay. So you're not 100% like versed in the artifacts of Vecna, just from lore and rumors and a little bit of what you've read, but you can imagine these things are pretty bad news to those who attune to them and or mutilate their own bodies to affix them to them.
It's usually not a indication of good news when people are removing their own body parts to stitch on dead body parts.
Yes, I'm aware of this, Elric. I want to know, is she going to be possessed by Vecna?
I don't know. Most of what I've heard are rumors and speculation. This is uncharted territory we find ourselves in.
Do you think Amisra might have read anything about this?
Human makes a good point.
Turn to Amisra.
Did we all follow Butch to Elric's room?
I assumed you did.
Yeah, didn't she, didn't she, we're all stacked up on the edge of the door.
You see,
Why are you both fully dressed?
Didn't she help prepare Rain for the trip? Like, didn't she do that investigating?
yeah.
I mean, didn't you? Sorry.
I was gonna say,
Sure.
I'm right here.
I'm sorry, I'm panicking.
She's right here.
I know.
What?
Shit. Did you?
Okay.
Easy.
I didn't realize what these items were when I sent the information to Calliope, and she sent the Rain and Rets out on this mission. If I did, I never would have passed the information on.
I have a sentence behind me. Sorry.
Yeah, I've heard rumors about this Vecna and the artifacts. I never thought that they were actually real. That's why I didn't even think twice when started hearing these stories and this lore of these weapons that could be used to turn the tides of war. I don't think they're good. I'm worried about that I might have potentially sent Rhett off to oh, this is all my fault.
I don't think it's your fault. For the record.
I brought this information to Calliope. I should have looked into it more. I should have figured out what these items were before I sent them off to recover them. We were just very, very, very desperate. We had lost almost everything, so we were desperate, and this seemed like...
I'm going to gently, in the most comforting way imaginable, kind of grab Amisra by the shoulders.
Shut up, baby.
Shut up, baby. I know it.
This is
See,
bad.
here's the thing. The reason I desperately... The reason, Amisra, the reason that I need to know if Rhett is still in there is because Darkwater is a black dragon. As we all know, black dragons are pretty evil. But he was loyal to Mesh. He loved Mesh. He fought for Mesh. And apparently died for Mesh. That's why I need to know if we've lost Rhett. Because even if she's gone to a path of total darkness, maybe some glimpse, some light of hope in there.
Well, now that I know what we're looking for, and now that I know what we're dealing with,
Butch is gonna summon.
Wow, your internet is garbage tonight.
Yeah, you're choppy, man.
Now that I know what we're dealing with, it gives me a place to look. I am not very familiar with the inner workings of these artifacts. I just know them from the stories that I've read. Now that I know what we're dealing with, maybe I can find more viable information. When we get back to Palmedon, I will check and see if I can uncover anything. If not, I will continue looking at the compound in Rockriot. I'm concerned, though, if Rhett has turned, we may need to abandon our safe house.
When she says that, Gwen's gonna run up on deck, and I'd like to use the sending stone to Hymir.
Okay.
Do you want me to do it now, or?
Is there anything else anyone else wanted to say at this point before we move to the Hymir? Yes. Butch.
Yeah, I'm casting a spell.
What are you casting?
I'm summoning forth the shaft of moonlight. I'm casting borrowed knowledge on myself. This summons forth knowledge directly from my goddess. I'd like to choose Arcana, since I may be able to gain knowledge about the Vecna stuff from her directly. There's a chance.
Not a very good chance.
Or not.
Though. That is a 2 for a 7.
It was a chance.
Unfortunately, not a lot of information can be gleaned from that.
All right, I'll have to cast a spell to her directly later.
Gwen. You are sending to your father?
Yes.
Pasha, can you hear me?
Oh,
Papa,
no.
can you hear me? That's not what I do. I'm gonna dash up on deck. I don't know why I dashed up on deck, but I'm freaking out. Especially at the thought of Hymir knowing what these things were, or now being in immediate danger. I'm gonna use the stone, and I'm gonna say, Father, which Gwen typically doesn't do, so hopefully this raises an immediate red flag for him. But Father, Rhett has both pieces of Vecna unsure if she's gone rogue don't know where you are, but here's a warning. Also, no, not also. Did you know? I ran out of words. Shit. I wanted to say, did you know about these? Or about... fuck. Did you know? I'll stop there.
The dramatic cutoff.
I need to know.
Did you know about... And then I just stop.
Did you know about...
Have you
And hopefully
heard
he puts two and two together.
about the word?
Bird is the word.
Oh, haven't you heard?
A moment passes before you hear that monotoned voice in your head. I'm not sure what Vecna is.
God, wizards know about him more than anything.
I
Fuck.
hope what you say about Rhett isn't true. I'm at home.
Taking a dump.
On toilet, can't talk.
Elvis style. No.
No.
Dials with a Z.
I'm at home. Close to a breakthrough. More information soon.
Fuck, he's back at it again.
What does that even mean?
Sorry, close to a breakthrough could be in the toilet.
The last time we associated him with research, it was with time magic.
Haven't had fiber in 3 days.
Ask me again yesterday.
Only
Again,
crop
yes.
left is prunes.
Let's tell past self to eat wisely.
That's the kind of quality programming you can support at patreon.com/. We'll send you merch in this handy dandy fly swatter.
Anything else?
Oh, now I want a prunes t-shirt.
Nope. I'm all out of messages today.
Guys, we don't know that Rhett's gone rogue. It's entirely
We all
possible
together
she'll
again.
want to help us. Yeah, are we all crowded outside? Oh wait, you guys.
I left.
I'm with you.
Still crowded. um, okay, looks like this is the messaging hour. Sending to the general.
Okay.
Start with, what the fuck?
What have you done?
Did you know? What's in the box?
No,
What's in the
What's in the
box?
box?
I can't. We're not doing that. Can't afford the copyright. Okay, and then sending to General
Really
Calliope. Scried on Rhett has both pieces of Vecna concerned that items are cursed Rhett could potentially be possessed. How many words do I have left?
7.
7. En route to Palmedon. For alliance confirmation.
A moment goes by. Well, hold on 1 second. Let's check something real quick.
Uh-oh.
All signs point to fuck off.
Let's do a history check. That's 21. A moment goes past. Wait. Vecna? The items they were after were the parts of Vecna. This is probably not good. Finish talks and return back as soon ASAP.
I'm just going to assume that the minute that she remembers who and what Vecna was / is, that she'll know to probably evacuate.
Get the fuck out!
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
Oh God, Rhett's a bard.
You're gonna die.
So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, after receiving that, I'm gonna... Has Orpheus been hearing all of this? What's Orpheus's response?
I can't hear the sending stones.
They're talking to the air again, man. All the time with this shit.
Orpheus, it's possible.
Wait, are you saying this whole time Butch could have been doing this quietly?
I'm not sure Butch does anything quietly.
Have you been actually saying the quiet part out loud?
Butch,
Yeah,
that's the part we
I
keep
didn't know I could think it.
Okay. Orpheus.
It's a message. It's like I'm talking to them, but they're far away.
Prior to the sending stone conversations, you could clearly see that Orpheus was incredibly concerned at the most recent news.
We're going to do everything we can to try to recover Rhett. It's also possible we might have to take her down. You know what that means.
Orpheus doesn't acknowledge. He just kind of looks away. A pained look on his face.
Is there anything else you would like to accomplish on this day of travel?
Elric's going to just spend the rest of the day planning.
The rest of the day comes and goes. You all go about your individual tasks to the best of your ability. As the sun starts to set, and you all make your way to your bunks, an uneasy rest eventually takes you. Those who sleep toss and turn for a few hours, heavy with the knowledge of what you heard or, in some cases, witnessed today. Arnon, as you enter your trance, you find yourself standing in a courtyard. You look to your right and you see the dark wings and the golden scythe as they present what's in front of you. Butch, as sleep finally takes you, your vision comes to you and you find yourself in a courtyard. You look to your left. The image of the Lunar Lady hovering a few feet above the earth, their body seeming to radiate its own moonlight, and her hair billowing behind her. You look to your right, you see Arnon standing there. You two are sharing a vision, whether or not you realize it. As you two step forward into the courtyard, you look back, both of your patrons are gone. You look forward into this courtyard. You've been here before. This is outside of the castle in Rockriel, the capital of Conticaria. Your vision jumps forward. You find yourselves standing right in front of the castle. The stairs climbing to a small platform before it climbs farther. In the doorway of the castle, you see backlit the outline of a large, imposing figure, two wings folded on their back. As they take a few steps forward, you hear the rumble of the footsteps. They come into the light, and you see the goateed face, the red skin, the horns, the rippling muscles. In front of them, on the platform, midway up the stairs, you see a familiar figure, two figures, on their knees, being held by the back of their head. Purple female tiefling, Calliope, standing there with arms clasped behind her, being held by the head. The fingers intertwined in the hair, a mummified slightly orange hand. As the other hand reaches out with an axe and in one swift motion slits the throat of Calliope, and her body falls to the ground. Before both of you wake up,
Do we recognize the figure that had the heavy footsteps?
You definitely did. It was
stabbed me in the stomach before.
Exactly.
Or was this something we cut its head off of?
no. This was something that stabbed you in the stomach.
Oh. Okay.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and pick up there next week. So, thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for joining us. And make sure you tune in next Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern Time here at youtube.com/@thosenatural ones, twitch.tv/thosenatural ones, kick.com/thosenatural ones, and hopefully by next week trovo.live/s/thosenatural ones if we can get the API to actually work. Not API, you know what I mean.
Announce July's date yet?
I have not. July 19th will be our next in-person sitting around an actual table rolling real dice. We are going to be missing...
July.
Yeah, we are going to be missing...
I was about to say it's July, so we're going to have some conflicts.
Yeah, unfortunately, doing with summer, we got a lot of vacations and stuff, so we are going to be missing a couple people for that, but we're probably going to do a little one-shot, kind of do something a little off the beaten path, so that way the people who are out aren't going to miss anything too important. So, thank you all for joining us, and we will see you on Tuesday.
Where hopefully we won't roll a nat 1, getting back to Rock Rialton time.
Have a fantastic night and have a fantastic week.